Congratulations, a huge achievement for both of you. What are some of the things that made this group specifically one that deserves this shield and is ready for the playoffs at this point?
I mean, everybody just worked together for this, fought for this. We knew what was on the line. We respect Casey so much. This organization has supported us so immensely. So I think there's a lot of things that came together. Trainings are always extremely competitive. I think that we have incredible depth as well on this team. You saw some players coming in at halftime, and you know, there's really so many players that could start on this team. And so I think just kind of the camaraderie we have together is something special.
And then job not done. What's the next step? Obviously, going to relax and celebrate a little bit, but from then on, how do you take this energy moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're not going to change too much. I feel like we just go back to the drawing board and make sure that we continue to grind in training and you know, ultimately work towards getting the result in the next game.
So you come into halftime, you're up, and then was there talks about the Angel City game and what the scoreline was over there?
No, not at all. I had no idea what the scoreline was until we were jumping up and down and we were like, did we win it? So, yeah.
And how do you guys plan to celebrate this achievement?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to celebrate tonight and work together as a team. But then it's, yeah, like Jay said, it's back to work. We know that we have this special opportunity to host the final, and we want to be there. So it's so important for us to not look too much far ahead to that final. We need to get the job done in the semifinal. That's going to be incredibly tough. So we're going to be watching very closely as Angel City and Reign play the quarterfinal. Here.
This is such a huge moment, especially for our second-year team. The final is good. What was going through your mind?
I mean, I was just thinking, fuck yeah. And just so proud of this team. Honestly, it is quite an accomplishment to be able to do this in the second year for an expansion team. So I think it just goes to show the professionalism that everyone brings, starting from the top down with Jill, with Casey, with each player. We demand so much out of each other. You could tell that on the field, and so we were just, so happy.
Alex, and being the first team that earns a major title for San Diego in the soccer, what does it mean for you?
Yeah, just having this title. I mean, we want to continue to move forward. We want to win. We want to win the whole thing. The Shield is amazing. We're going to celebrate that, but we want to also have the championship as well and bring it to San Diego, because I don't know, even in soccer or out of soccer, if there have been many or any championships here in San Diego. So we want to be that team. We want to be the women's team that leads San Diego to this championship.
For Jaedyn, being the top goal scorer as a young player, what can you say about that record?
Obviously, I'm very happy to have that title, I guess. I'm just really thankful for my teammates, Alex, and my coaching staff for just allowing me to grow in training and continue to work on things like that, finishing, playing the final ball, whatever it is, just to get me in that position to even, be that person. I'm just really thankful for, everyone that has trained me up to this point to be able to.
Alex, I know you touched on this, but to be the champion just 2 years after the franchise was launched, can you pick one or two things that maybe Jill or Casey pulled off that allowed this to happen?
I think one thing is Casey is very demanding of this team, of every player. No player is put on a pedestal. Like, every player shows up, they do their work. Like, if you're not getting the job done, there's plenty of other players that will. And so I think the respect, the mutual respect, is something that has gotten us here. And then I just think the professionalism of the club, our training facility, just anything we, ask for, they have an answer. It's always something that they want to make this the most professional environment. They want to make this the team to play for and the team to beat. And they've been able to bring the players in for that, the facility, the resources, the personnel. So it's a combination of those.
Right here, and then you're up after that one.
There was a few rough patches during the season at home specifically.
Yeah.
How important was it to be able to get this title for the home crowd?
Yeah, obviously our home record isn't one that we were extremely proud of, especially with the fans and the support that we've gotten in our community. We take so much pride when we step on the field, and so knowing that unfavorable record that we had, we wanted to make a statement today, and knowing that we had the opportunity for 3 games before this game, for 3 home games. Obviously, you have to do work each time, but that that's special to be able to host games, and so we want to make sure that we capitalize on the support we have from the fans and the environment and the atmosphere. And there's nothing really that we can say to why, but we've made little adjustments, and I think the biggest thing is just talking about it. And so we did have a very open conversation with the coaching staff and the team, and what little details can we improve to make sure that we're ready to go here in San Diego just like we are with away games. And I think that we showed everyone that today.
How do you communicate with your team while you're losing?
Well, thank goodness we weren't losing today ever. But it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of hand gestures. It's a lot of your body language can say a lot instead of really putting your arms up in the air or having looks of disappointment. I think it's continuing to encourage teammates and get the best out of yourself and your teammates with that.
And then we'll go online to Steph.
Thank you. Hi, it's a question for both of you. I'm just wondering if you're able to reflect on the relationship between the two of you on the field, the way you move off of each other today, especially Casey was talking about specific to racing, about knowing that maybe they turn over a lot in the middle and wanting you there to Alex to pick up whatever they might drop in, like the provider for your teammates, and then Jaedyn arriving, the timing of that work between the two of you to coordinate your arrival and other people. Just wondering if you could reflect on the growth of that relationship and knowing each other on the field over the season.
I feel like ultimately it starts in training. We work a lot together in training and making sure that we can get that chemistry because it shows up. I feel like we could have each had a lot of little combinations. But I feel like it has really grown since I first joined the team, and I'm really proud of that, and I'm really happy for it to continue to grow, and hopefully see some more of those duo goals.
Yeah, I just think Jay's movement is so good in the pocket, finding herself in behind the midfield line, faced up, dribbling, decision making. It's so fun to play with her, and it frees up space for me to get in behind the back line. So I think that we're able to read each other's movements really well. We've connected quite a lot this season, and I just have so much respect for Jay and her coming into this environment and completely owning it. She's so young and still has so much growth, but just what she's shown this year is just incredible. We're so happy to have her here in San Diego.
Jeff?
Thank you both. Congrats.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks. I'm also wondering from both of you unique perspectives, maybe if I could get both of your perspectives on Casey just mentioned that there was that rough patch in the middle of the season, and I know Alex, you came back from the World Cup, Jaedyn, you kind of saw that evolution as it was happening. What do you both think changed there that things started clicking a bit more?
This league is the most competitive in the world. The bottom can beat the top. every game is extremely competitive. We all have seen that. We did have a rough patch, but I think just having a coach like Casey to lead us through that, for us not to turn on each other, but to figure out what's going on and how to challenge ourselves to come out and be better. And missing a lot of international players for some of that time period, having some players step up, it's you're going to see that yearly with big tournaments. So I feel like the response from this team was incredible. The fact that we're here today, winning the Shield after I believe it was around 6 games without winning a game, it was just such a great turnaround. And I think it's just going into meetings and really having open conversations and open, two-way dialogue between Casey and the team. We probably have that more than her talking at us. It is really an open conversation. She asks questions. And I think that's a big part of our growth this year, and the fact that we were able to come back.
We'll go to Alex.
Hi there, Alex Addison with The Messenger. Kind of a weird question, but I was surprised when I saw that the shield was presented to you on the field. I don't think that happened last year when it came down to the last game. Were you expecting to get the trophy on the field, and what was it like to actually celebrate with it?
I feel like we all had belief that we would be able to rise up the shield today in front of our home fans. We were surprised, but I feel like we, really worked for this year, and we feel like we deserve it. And it's just an amazing opportunity to have that at home and be able to rise it up in front of our fans that have showed up each and every game for us.
Maybe they helicoptered it down. I don't know.
I don't even know how that even
They
works.
frisbeed it down from LA, maybe, or it was halfway, and they were like, okay, this is happening, go.
Yeah. They kept it in Orange County and then they drove it down.
Once it was 4-0 and we were 2-0, they were like, get your butt down to 5.
Got it. So just to clarify, did you know that the trophy itself was in the building prior to?
No, we didn't talk about the trophy. We didn't talk about Portland. We didn't talk about any of the other teams. It was all about us getting the job done, and if that means that we win the Shield, then amazing. But there was no talk about the Shield leading up this week.
Last one.
Jovan Morales, are you planning to invite your very good friend Taylor Swift for the semifinal?
There's an open invitation always. Yes, American football games are fun, but real football is more fun, I think.
Exactly.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Please enjoy.
Congratulations.
2 games, to be honest. It's kind of a strange feeling because we were in a period in the season where, I'll be honest, I was kind of fearful for my job at one point, although Jill and the club gave me full backing during that period, which obviously gave me comfort, and then we come off the World Cup window and we hit a run form. That's massive credit to this group of players because they could have sunk so long without a win. To show that resilience, togetherness, and work through that really hard period, to come back, and I thought they were brilliant today. We could have scored and should have scored more. It was comfortable for us, they were excellent, and every single player has contributed, from the training players and the TLPs that come in to our squad depth. It doesn't happen, like I said to them, it takes a village, all the staff, the club, everything that's been put in. To do this in your second year, I'm extremely proud of where we're at. Can we be better? Yeah, well, we need to be better to go 2 more here, yeah. But I want them to enjoy it today. It's not often you have moments like this in the game. I've been in the game a long time, and not done this very often. So I'm just super proud of the players and their efforts.
What are some of the intangibles that you have seen from this group specifically, maybe on or off the pitch, that really made this group special and have you primed for playoffs?
I think if you look at our ability to keep clean sheets, I think it gives us chances. We go on the road, we've had good form on the road. Been very hard to beat at times. That's put us in a really good position because our form here hasn't been great. We turned that around today, so super proud of that. We used the energy from the crowd today. I thought that was really good. Alex's goal was unbelievable. Who questions her is stupid too. World-class players don't become world-class players overnight. So I think the resilience part of bouncing back, knowing that if we're hard to beat, we defend well, resilient, we always create chances. And I thought today, the way we've used width, the way we played between the lines, the growth of Jaedyn within our team, and the variation that we can put up front. dependent from week to week. Signing Kira was a good signing for us at a key moment, brought new energy into the group. But yeah, we've got world-class players out there. We've got players that can work really, really hard to contribute to the team. We've got a mix of strengths, we've got a mix of characters, and ultimately they want to win. We've got winners. So it was a tough period for us mid-season, but here we are with the Shield.
Besides what you did on the table with the Swiss plays, do you feel that you're the team to beat in the playoffs? Do you feel like that?
I think we are now because we've won the Shield. So it puts a target on your back, but I know this team. When we went to Portland, that was kind of, we lost to Kansas, we go to Portland, we could have been out of the playoffs. We then qualified this crazy league that it is. This team likes pressure. This team, I think, excels in pressure moments. So we will be the team to beat. We should be the team to beat because we just won the Shield, but I would say to my players, embrace that because it's a great opportunity for us at home as well. So we keep saying 2 more to go.
Go ahead, one more.
Last year, Alex Morgan earned the top goal scorer, and now you win the Shield. What is the top of this team, or what the top you see in the future for this team?
We have to keep growing and developing. You know, we're nowhere near our best, we know that. We have a period of the season where we need to be more consistent, and other teams have dropped a lot of points this season as well. It's been a very competitive league. But I'm proud of the players are always so coachable, you know, adaptable, and want to win. The work we do on the field, you know, I thought today was exceptional. We worked on how we could get between lines, and they did it brilliantly. I thought the second half much better than the first. I thought we were a little bit untidy in the first, and it was causing us problems, but we solved that. Made a couple of changes to freshen things up. I thought they made a difference in the game as well. So yeah, like I think that the things that we'll focus on is just continuing to grow our style, our methodology, and how we play, so that we can keep clean sheets and score more goals.
You get goals from both your top scorers this season. What does it mean to get for both of them to score to win the Shield?
Yeah, massive. Jaedyn's contributed massively because Alex hasn't got the goals that she's got last year. Alex had an exceptional season last season. That's not going to happen every year. She contributed. I thought her goal was brilliant today. It was like back at her very, very best. And Jay's contributed, and I think that's massive to have the amount of goal scorers we've had and the variation we've had has enabled us to win the Shield with a reasonably good defensive record. I'd like that to be better next season.
And then what does having so many possible goal scorers mean for the team?
It makes us hard to scout. It makes us a little bit more unpredictable because if you just have one in the line and you take that one away, or she's injured, or she's away on international duty, people start thinking where the goals are coming from. But now we've got multiple avenues that we can score from. But our Valentine didn't score today. I don't know. I'll have to speak to her after.
Which is more, maybe they're both equal, Shield and the final trophy. Do you have a preference, or how do you size it up?
I think it's one at a time. I'm English, I'm European, and when you win the title, you win the title. It's the most important thing because there's no playoff. And it means you're the most consistent team over the season. So we had our eyes very focused on today and win the Shield, and then it's like, right, okay, now we can identify who we're playing in the playoffs, and that becomes the priority after. So today was about winning the Shield, proving that we're the most consistent team, and then putting on a performance in the semis to get us to a final.
And how did you find out about the Portland result, and when?
So I told everybody, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I'm not going to hear it. I'm not interested. We need to win. My only focus was win. We can't control what else happens. And the fans just kept updating me. So I knew when it was 4-0, and I was genuinely shocked, to be honest, because I did not see that scoreline coming. And then it was just about us making sure that we were very diligent at 2-0 to not give any, Louisville any kind of slip in the game. And I thought we controlled the game very well.
You mentioned scouting the teams you're going to play next, Old Rain or Angel City. Is there a preference, or can you tell me a little bit about what you see in both teams?
Both very good teams. The fact that they've gone and put that passport on today, it's that they'd be going into a quarterfinal pretty with confidence. And Old Rain we haven't beaten yet. So we're going to have to go to a semi and do something we haven't done if it is rain. We've had very competitive, difficult games against Angel City, so it's going to be hard either way. I don't have a preference. There is no preference. We prepare for both diligently, and we'll have a game plan for both diligently. We'll make sure that we get out here and hopefully get ourselves to the final.
We're going to have an international winner right now. Liga is going to leave. We're going to have the U.S. national team playing here. How do you go about that while also preparing for
Great timing. Great timing to have a semi-final off the back of a international window and people flying to Europe and flying to Australia. I'll leave that to someone else to discuss because I'm not going to give any money. But we will manage this week and prepare this week before the players go away. We will scrimmage this week at the back end of the week as well, and possibly look at how we can tweak things based on the opponent. And then we will prepare the team to stay the arm away, and we'll keep working. We'll keep doing the right things to make sure that we get into a place where we can get to a final. We're going to have to manage people back in, flights from Australia, flights from Hungary. They're not ideal, but it's the pinnacle of their career too, and actually playing international football makes them better. So it's how we manage them back in and make sure we get the visa in a short space of time to go into the semi-final.
Here. I haven't forgotten about you. I see you.
Hi, Coach. How competitive the league is? How much of a challenge is it to actually, finish at the top of the league?
Incredibly difficult. This is probably, it is the most stressful league you can work as head coach because